And Ben, all of this content is only for Google, or do you have a right for other windows?
We retain all the rights for the other windows, and after a window on YouTube, there's an opportunity to go to television or other platforms. And so we're very interested in pursuing those conversations with the networks in Univision and Telemundo and others, TV Azteca, and we are wide open to having conversations because I think we're going to be having some great curation of content and new voices that we're able to take this risk on that a network would probably very much want to benefit from.
Ben, it's said that Latin ideas and Latin projects are very unique. There are a lot of stories in Colombia, in Mexico. Do you think that Latin have a very special way to tell stories?
Well, I think there's definitely genres of storytelling that get reinvented through a Latin filter. Ugly Betty is a famous old story. We've had a version in My Fair Lady and Shakespeare in for years, but we had never told it with that poster and those braces and those pigtails in that way. And so it was such a fresh reinvention of something universal. And you see that a lot. You see stories of twins, you see family stories, stories of betrayal, stories of love that are universal but are brought into the modern age with a Latin point of view. And so there's so many good ideas in the stories coming out of South America. And I also think there's an honesty in some of what's happening in the narco soaps and the kind of narco family drama, which is appealing to huge ratings across South America and now in the United States too. And you look at La Reina and these kind of dramas, and they are very fresh and very strong. And I think that's not happening on American television. In general market, we're telling a little bit more of the same stories and not looking at these new stories. And I think they're very fresh and exciting stories to be told. And I'm looking forward to working further with storytellers from across the region who have these fresh perspectives on things going on today, or fresh perspectives or takes on old stories with new energy, like what Betty La Fea was.
Do you have in developing some drug dealer stories or some narco stories
Yes,
for the general market, for
we are.
the
We're working.
American networks?
We're working on a format which is the title was Mob Dolls, Mafia Dolls, which is incredible and is such a good show. I'm also a huge, my relationship goes beyond just digital and television because I'm one of the producers of the Roberto Duran movie with Gael Garcia Bernal playing Roberto Duran, and we're in talks with a massive movie star to play Ray Arcel and another massive movie star to play Sugar Ray Leonard. But we start shooting that motion picture in Puerto Rico in 3 months, and then we are also shooting in Panama. So, I really think a fight movie, about Roberto Duran has the ability to bring a lot for the Latin culture, but also will work in a general market culture also, because it's just an incredible story of a self-made man who then, got demonized for his no mas.
So you are been a multi-platform producer, movies, television, now online.
We are wherever the content can reach the consumer is where we want to go. So we're looking to be able to make ideas that work all across the board and not to be limited to either one genre or one format for distribution, because the world is converging and it feels like there's more and more opportunities to tell stories. You just need to decide where you want that story told.
Ben, do you think a new generation, the Facebook and Twitter's generation, needs another timing for the storytelling?
Well, it does influence our approach on our digital storytelling. We tend to do shorter form content. We do ideas that may be a little louder, like Macho Man Camacho, a bigger personality who can make big impact in a small amount of time, and topical comedy that can really deliver a punch in a shorter amount of time. And so I do think that we are not yet producing super long form for online first. We are looking more at shorter form content that can be shared on your Facebook, on your Twitter, and build audience. But then if you want to watch more of it and you enter it later in its cycle, you can watch 6 short episodes together, and it's like watching one big episode. So we're trying to construct these different methodology for telling stories so that the audience can watch it in different ways.